Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Police Department have identified the Brooklyn subway shooter as Frank R. James, a 62-year-old melanated man. Greetings, and salutations to all nation. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari Soldier of Dave Broads TV, and if this is your first time tuning in, I'm asking you hit that red subscribe button, and we're going to have a great relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news coming out of New York, Brooklyn, United States, ladies and gentlemen. A 62-year-old man has been identified as a suspect in the Brooklyn subway shooting, ladies and gentlemen. As we pick up, investigators are piecing together what happened after the shooting spree Tuesday morning on a subway train in Brooklyn, in which at least 23 persons were injured. The gunman remained at large. Shortly before 8:30 a.m., a man in a construction vest and construction helmet put on a gas mask as a crowd on the N train approached to 36th Street Station in Sunset Park neighborhood of Brooklyn, tossed two smoke device on the floor of the car and fired 33 shots before fleeing, officials said. Consumer grade firework, gasoline, two unused smoke grenade had been recovered from the scene. 10 were hit by gunshot. The police said 5 of the victims are critical injured, but none of them are life threatening, officials said. An additional 13 persons had been registered as being injured because they have suffered from smoke inhalation and panic attack injuries. Officials also told Deep Roots TV 4 people remain hospitalized on Wednesday morning, Major Eric Adams said. The authorities have named a suspect, Frank R. James, 62, who has address in Philadelphia and Wisconsin. He was originally identified as a person of interest, a classification given when investigators believe an individual have information related to a crime. But Mr. Adams, the mayor of New York, said on Wednesday morning that James has been identified as a suspect. The investigation was hampered because security cameras at the station were turned off, but other signs led investigations to Mr. James. 2 law enforcement officials said a credit card with Mr. James' name on it had been found at the scene, and a key to a U-Haul van rented in the name of Mr. James. Mr. James rented the van in Philadelphia sometime over the past several days. The police said the abandoned van was found by police late Tuesday afternoon, about 5 blocks from Kings Highway Station, where the police say the gunman boarded the train. A fireworks seller in Resin said several brands of consumer grade fireworks similar to the ones left behind were purchased last June by a man named Frank James. Mr. James had not made contact with the police as of Wednesday morning. Mr. James was described by neighbors as quiet and gruff. He appeared to have posted dozens of videos on YouTube where he riffed of news events in long vitriol rants. He blamed black women for violence among black people and pointed to Russia's invasion of Ukraine as evidence that whites are genocidal. Ladies and gentlemen, in a video posted on YouTube on March 1st, the person featured in the video criticized Mr. Adams of recent announced policies addressing public safety in the subway. Mr. Adams said Wednesday morning that there would be an additional complement of police officers on the subway. Mr. Adams' security detail also has increased, officials said. Officials in many cities, including Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, Toronto and Vancouver said there are no credible threats to their public transit system, but they would increase security. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari Soldier giving you an update here on the Brooklyn subway shooter there in New York, United States. I'm Rastafari Soldier, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button if you have not subscribed off yet. Leave your comment and share the files. Give thanks for strengthening up the Rastaman channel. Thank you for joining the Rastaman panel. This is Deep Roots TV. Rastafari Soldier. Free Youth TV. Yeah, you have your own mind, so you have to think of these things that are happening. What's really going on in today's society. More life, more joy, and of course, more nappiness. You be blessed.